Hello everybody, I am Lightning Stripe, and today let's talk some magic. Harmony magic. Recently, we were introduced to together trees, a species of tree that only grows successfully when planted by all three tribes. Apparently, these trees also create bonds, a link between them that allows them to communicate with each other and can be used to create portals. Currently, there are 4 of these trees in Equestria, as far as we know. One is the wishing tree in Bridalwood, another was grown by Hitch when the F-ponies first got magic, another was grown by Misty and the rest of the main 5, and the last apparently is the tree that surrounds Opaline's castle. All 4 of these trees are, or will at some point, linked together, and it's pretty clear that they have some sort of magic within them. But how? Well, what if I told you that these trees, just like many of the Oponies we see, are ancestors to another tree that we knew, and one we knew very well, the Tree of Harmony. Oh, but Lightning, wasn't the Tree of Harmony destroyed by Sombra? Well, yes, but we know very well that while the tree itself is gone, its spirit remained. It took residence under Twilight's castle since they created it from its own seed, the Chest of Harmony, which happens to be in the possession of Opaline, something I'll go more in depth later. But we also see the same spirit of harmony in the Tree's House of Harmony, created by the Young Six. The same treehouse that is now a normal tree in the middle of the plains as we see in the movie. The spirit is sentient, it can act for itself. So what if, when Equestria lost its magic, it found a way to go dormant, a failsafe to make sure that at least part of it would survive? We saw the treehouse was built using the remains of the broken Tree of Harmony. The shards themselves never had any magic, it was the harmony and unity of the Young Six that lit the spark and activated its powers. And this is exactly how one plants together trees. What if these trees actually hold a shard, a piece of the Tree of Harmony within them, and they actually create bonds with each other because in order to recreate the spirit of harmony, the pieces must all come together once again. This would explain how they work and how they have magic after all this time, but it doesn't end there. We see the Treehouse of Harmony as a normal tree, and I believe it wasn't only the loss of magic that led to it, but it could have also been the spirit itself trying to conserve its power. It turned the treehouse back to a normal tree as a way for it too to survive through the magicless years, and this might apply to Twilight's castle as well. This might be a stretch, but hear me out. We know the castle was grown from the Chest of Harmony, so what if, when the Tree of Harmony went dormant and Equestria lost its magic, the castle did too? Whether it was caused by the tree, the loss of magic, or a mix of both, the castle returned to its original form, the Chest of Harmony. If this happened, then Opaline could have found it and stolen it, or better yet, she knew it from the very beginning and used it as part of her plan to defeat Twilight. Although Twilight doesn't use the castle anymore, her student Starlight does, along with maybe Sunburst and even some of the school staff. When the castle returned to its original form, could it have trapped someone inside? Well, we know the special marked for Chapter 6 is titled Secrets of Starlight. I'm not one to hope others get brought back just for the sake of seeing them again, but it is a possibility that Starlight might be trapped within the chest. Personally, I think it's more likely that they used the chest to find information about Starlight and her use of cutie mark magic rather than finding her, but it is a possibility. Whatever the case, I strongly believe this chest will play a key part in the next chapter. But speaking of things Opaline owns, let's look at her castle instead. We're told specifically that the tree surrounding her castle is the together tree that she planted, but we also know they can only grow if they're planted with the harmony between the three tribes, the exact opposite of what Opaline wants. How could she have planted a tree that specifically opposes her goals? Thunder suggested that she might have been able to plant it because she's a naturally born alicorn, and therefore has the power of all three tribes. While this could be correct, you know me, I don't do simple explanations, so let's dive in and do some overanalyzing. Considering how tall the tree is compared to the others, we can assume it's quite old, maybe the oldest together tree currently in existence. Combine that with the fact that it can only be planted with Unity, which was missing from Equestria for many years, we can confidently say that it was planted before the time skip, along with the wishing tree in Bridalwood. And if these trees are indeed part of the Tree of Harmony, then they couldn't have existed before Sombra broke the original tree. Based on this, as well as Opaline's character, I think planting this tree was part of her original plan to overthrow the other alicorns. If you look at the comics, Discord tells us that Opaline attacked Equestria and started the distrust between the tribes, but was defeated when Twilight created the Unity Crystals. This has stumped me for a long time. If Opaline failed, then why did the tribes divide? Well, with the Unity Crystals now created, there is now a door where there once was an open hallway for magic to flow. This could have activated the failsafe and caused the tree to begin going dormant. With the tribes back together after her attack, she would have been free to plant a together tree by tricking other ponies into helping her plant it, with the idea that having her own tree would give her control over the spirit of harmony. Although that doesn't work, without the spirit it would be easier to divide Equestria, and that's exactly what she does. However, this time Twilight banishes her completely, setting up the magical invisible bubble, but then the pressure between the tribes was too big, and each took their own part of the Unity Crystal and fled. What happened to the rest of the Aliquans, we still don't know. Did Twilight banish all Aliquans, including herself, to keep Equestria protected? It's a good theory, but then where are they now? That's a question for another day. So what do you think? Are Together trees really descended from the Tree of Harmony? Did Twilight's castle shrink back to its chest? What about Opaling's plan? Do you agree with it? Let me know down below in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And, as always, remember, friendship is magic.